Welcome to Raw Table Talk, man. Hey, TikTok, this your host Hot, and tonight I got a very special guest with me. We talking about a very special subject. It's Suicide Prevention Month. So tonight I got D with me, aka Diamond Woodburn, aka the Pastor, aka D is that deal on Twitter, and she got first hand experience on the suicide tip. So it was an honor to have you on tonight. Boom. And we finna go and crank up, man. Shit, TikTok, y'all rocking with us heavy. I love that. I love that. Y'all TikTok. Facebook, y'all better work on it. Y'all lagging. So, to start off with suicide prevention, for one, I know that is a very sensitive subject, so I'm not in the business of offending nobody tonight. I don't know who has had a first hand in it and who has really dealt with it, but I do know that you have a first hand deal with it. You really know what's going on. You just dropped a tattoo in loving memory of my guy, man. Y'all don't know, DJ Sarge, man. He was a well-known DJ. It's crazy. Sarge, the one gave us the Hot Boys nickname at my 16th birthday party. I was just a solo at Hot Boy, and Sarge come through. They go to Hot Boys. I'm like, damn, that shit kind of stiff, all that. So, rest in peace to a legend, man. If you don't know, you need to know. Do your research. So, the first question I'm going to ask you is, being a close family member of a person that committed suicide, how did it affect you?
Well, I was young when it happened. I was 16, When you're 16, you're supposed to be getting ready for life. I was senior year.
For sure.
It flipped my world completely upside down. I wouldn't say it did in a bad way. Like, at the time, I didn't think it happened in a bad way because when it happened, like my mama lost her firstborn and whatnot. So she kind of just went her own little world. So that was like me coming out into the world. Like, I came out at 16. My mama just didn't care no more. I was just out, hanging out, partying, hanging out with people I shouldn't have been hanging with. Like, she didn't tell me no for anything. And I don't know if she just felt something in her that made me, let me go do whatever. But yeah, I was out there at 16, and I don't think I should have been, but I had the freedom to do so. So my parenting restrictions kind of went away because of that.
Okay, so back then when it happened, let me see. I'm trying to think like what time period that was. That was like
2013.
Okay, so 13. We was fresh out of high school, so we was at least 18. You say you was 16. I didn't really, hear about you really doing too much bad stuff. So how did you really keep yourself under control?
I wasn't doing nothing bad. Well, with the law, I wasn't doing nothing bad. I started clubbing and whatnot around that age.
I think that's what she referring to.
I wasn't like
a party girl.
Yeah, I became I didn't know what grieving was back then. Like, I didn't grieve when it happened.
Right.
I turned to partying and clubbing and whatnot. Right. So I didn't properly grieve when I should have. So it affects me today.
So are you restarting your grieving process, being grown up?
The whole grieving process, I don't think it's a time limit on it. I don't think it's it happened back then. I cried back then. It's over with. It's random days. It just hits you.
Right.
And you gotta deal with it. How you deal with it.
Okay. So it's something you gotta kind of live with. Yeah.
Okay. It don't get. I'm not gonna say it gets easier. Like, I kind of understand now more, but I still cry.
Yeah. So y'all were like close for real.
We grew up together. That was my brother in the same house together. Even up until the day it happened, he had moved back home, so was still with him, seeing him every day and whatnot.
Damn, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I can't imagine. I salute you though, because through the pain, it's like you're still strong. You making it through it.
We all look like that on the outside.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So, do you feel like that situation did it bring your family closer together?
It tore my family apart. Like, real spill. My parents split up. My mom, like I told you, my mom she didn't take it. I mean, how you supposed to take it easy? She lost her first kid. You know, his daddy was never in the picture, but my mom and my daddy ended up splitting up. Like
she just kind of zoned out.
And like I said, that was like my senior year, so like graduation, prom, all that, just gone.
Damn, I hate to hear that. So like, even like to this day, did y'all rekindle anything? Anybody got back close, or is it still spaced out?
I mean, we're not all in the same house anymore. Like, my daddy isn't his daddy, but you know, he basically raised him. So he was still. I mean, my daddy stood up for me. He stood up for my mom too. And whenever we all get together, you know, birthday or like September 5th, the death anniversary day, we all still get together, do stuff and whatnot on those days. But
that's coming up 10 days. You said 25th, right?
the 5th.
Oh, the 5th. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's when you tried the tattoo.
Well, I got my tattoo like 2 days before, but.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. So, being that you kind of like witnessed it and went through it, did it make you like do research any on suicide? Look into it.
Like I said back then, no. I was like, I ain't gonna say I was in denial, but it's just I didn't really know what to do back then. It was kind of like my brother gone. I cried at the funeral, you know, and then afterwards it was like, okay, back to the real world. I'm 16. I don't know what the hell to really do back then. But like now, as I'm growing, I know other people who have, you know, committed suicide, or I know people close to me who have, and they always come and ask me certain things, and I'm just like, you gotta deal with it how you deal with it. Everybody want to know why or how or do you know this and that. Like still, people ask me like, what happened or why did he do it, and I'm just like, I can never give nobody that answer. I'ma never get that answer.
For sure.
It's just things you don't know.
I mean, but even if you did know, that's for you to know.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: you were in the army, right? You went to what? Was it the army or was it another?
It's the army. Yeah.
Okay, so like I know, like just with like the Army, Marines, Navy, you know, Air Force, whatever. I heard that the suicide rate with those in particular are very high.
When I was in, I knew a few people who committed suicide. I mean, most people feel like they're alone. Like you can tell somebody all day, every day. You hear from them. You know, you can talk to people all day, every day. But you don't tell everybody everything. Like you keep some things inside. Some things you feel like you can't talk to people about, no matter how close you may be with somebody. You just never know. Some people just feel like they don't know how to talk to people, or they don't have anyone to talk to. Even if they do, they just feel like that. Some people, like, when they decide they want to do that, it's made up in their mind. Like, even with my brother, we was all together that day, the day before, still together. He was with our mutual brother when it happened. So, and he still had no idea. Like, even up until that moment, you know, they were together.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's some traumatizing stuff. We got some comments. Legend. Recipe
That's
songs.
true. I remember at the funeral that he definitely said, instead of asking why, I asked, where were you? That's still stuck in my head till today.
Oh, the pastor at the funeral said that. Damn. That's real though. So, okay, so that leads to my next question. How important of a role do you think family and friends play in a person's life?
I want to say they're very important. Like, you know, it's important to have people close to you, important to have people you can talk to, but at the same time, it's like when somebody commits suicide, you know, most people say it's a selfish thing, but it don't just end their life. It's like you end your family life too. It's kind of, things don't just get better. Maybe for them, like they think that's their only way out. That's the only way it's gonna get better for them, but it gets so much worse for everybody else.
Yeah, it's kind of like just depends on like your position in the family, right? Because sad to say, I know some people who will lose a family member and everybody just keep going like nothing happened.
That's true. They're together for the funeral, and then
that's terrible.
That's how I was. And then like me, I was angry back then, so I kind of fell out with a lot of my family too. And still to this day we ain't cool, but yeah, even family, like they was blaming, you know, certain family for things happening,
you know,
and I didn't like that.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just one person. Like we all one big family. Don't try to say it was just, you know, this that happened and you was there too. Where were you? You wasn't there. He felt like nobody was there for him. So.
Damn, I hate to hear that. Okay, so and this is a general question for everybody. The viewers that's watching, I'm asking y'all too. What do y'all think could help prevent a person from committing suicide?
You want me to answer?
Yeah, give me
I don't.
If you got one.
I would love to say, talk to your friends, talk to your family, but there's only so much somebody gonna tell you. Like, I can sit here and say, oh, I've been through this, I've been through that, or I can sit here and I can listen to you tell me what you've been through, but if it's not helping, or you feel like, I don't know, like I'm not doing enough for you, or maybe you're just having a really, really bad day. You can have a great life, but you just had a really, really bad day, and you're just going through too much on that day.
For sure.
It can affect you differently.
For sure. And see, a lot of people don't understand too, a bad day doesn't mean a bad life.
Like, everybody know my brother was a happy person.
Man,
he was.
him.
He was like that every day up until that moment. Still such a happy person. So it's unexpected. Like when someone else dies, from a sickness, or someone gets murdered or something, you have your reason.
Right.
You can say you don't know why this person killed your people, but they murdered them, or cancer. You have a reason. Versus suicide, it's like you don't ever get that closure.
No, yeah, for sure. So, and it's like, I also want to ask too, this kind of like off the record, but like, people have so many negative things to say about a person that commits suicide. Oh, it's a sin. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. How do you deal with the backlash?
I have not grown that mature yet. I don't deal with it like I probably should. Just brush it off or whatnot. Like when it happened, so they literally they put a yellow tape up, and social media was
I remember
so much terrible stuff on social media.
I remember that.
And
sad.
that made me so upset, because it's like, I don't even know who leaked it or what, but the stories everywhere were just so messed up, and everybody was like, oh, he wouldn't do no dumb shit like that, stuff like that. And it's just like, even still today, somebody just asked me September 5th, like, why would he do that? And it's just like, why are you asking me that? Like, what do you want me to tell you? Why are you asking me that?
Yeah, I think people are just too insensitive to the fact that, and not saying that, it's okay, I never want to, justify suicide, but some people just get too overwhelmed.
I think, like, when things like that happen, like, even when, the boy just did that whole situation, did this stuff, everybody will always have something to say or have their own conclusions, but like I said, suicide is one of them things you don't know. You don't know why. You don't get a why.
For sure, Sean. I definitely agree with that. I got some comments. They said, talk to someone that's going to listen and not judge you, and listen to understand. Don't listen to judge or to just give a quick response. That's real. Sometimes you just got to be ill. People don't really be wanting. Some people vent not to get a response.
But I mean, some people do want to vent, but like Justin, he wasn't that kind of person. He didn't vent. So it's like some people who don't vent. I'm not the kind of person, I don't vent. So it's like, I don't know. What do you do with those kind of people?
So, and this is Raw Temple Talk asking, are you okay? You answered that too fast.
Yeah, because
that sounds like
why you don't vent?
Yeah, that was like a very standard answer.
It's I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say I don't trust people, but it's like, what am I telling? I can tell you this, but it's like, what am I telling you for?
So are you scared to let that guard down like that? Is it something?
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm scared. Like, I can easily talk to anybody about anything I'm going through, but it's kind of just like I'm still go home with those feelings,
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you could be talked into a different decision, or not a decision, different mindset.
I could, but
I feel like you ain't talked to the right people yet.
No.
Yeah, and this is just me speaking. Some people would genuinely be there for you. As a escape. Like, hey, you need to empty your trash. You can dump it over here, and then I'll take this motherfucker to Waste Pro. A lot of people don't have that. Sad to say, because the world not really genuine no more.
Exactly.
Everybody is an eye for an eye. If I scratch your back, can you scratch mine? No, it's not too many people that's really gonna be genuine no more. Like, hey, are you okay today? What's going on with you? So sad to say, it's just the world we live in. So you really gotta divide your people into the right, you know what I'm saying, the right sections, and really know who's in your village and for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay. Do you have any advice for a person that's going through the suicidal family member experience? They dealing with the same pain and hurt.
Don't blame yourself. A lot of people take it and be like, how could I not know, or why didn't they tell me, or stuff like that. They just take it personal. You can't blame yourself. Like I said, if somebody hasn't made up in their mind, they can still talk to you. You can talk to them, but it's like once their mind is set on that, it's kind of hard to tear them for that. First of all, you won't even know. Like they're not gonna tell you. Because if I tell you, then I'm not gonna do it. But I know that's what I want to do. I feel like that's just the end for me. But I just feel like with my brother, maybe I was looking for a picture on my phone a couple days ago, and I was scrolling back, and it was 2 days before he come, jumping in my bed. I got pictures of him just laying in my bed, and that was unusual for him. You supposed to be my big brother, I'm your little sister, I'm annoying to you, but you just laying in my bed type shit, and he never did nothing like that. So it was kind of I feel like he already had his mind made up a while before
so
it happened.
That was his goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. They say people know though. Some people get to that point of death and they'll just know I'm ready to go. People who really know for real, they ready.
They ready. It ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah, they gonna send that mixed signal, and it's it's just, do you accept it or do you battle it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think therapy could help a suicidal person?
Yes and no. Maybe if they have an outsider to talk to, maybe if they felt that comfortable talking to somebody like that. But like I said, I think if they have their mind set on something, it's hard for anybody to change that.
Okay. And also, if anybody is watching from any platform and you're contemplating suicide or got it on your mind, they got the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Dial 988. Super easy and simple. You can call through and get the help that you need. But I also do want to ask this too: how beneficial do you think that lifeline is?
I think it's very beneficial. Some people don't have family to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, when I was in the military, a lot of soldiers didn't have a mom or dad or a brother or sister they can call and talk to. So just to have anybody that pick up the phone for you when you call is a good thing.
I'm glad you said that, because you would have had a person like me, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I look at stuff like that as bullshit. It's raw type of talk. I'm gonna call it, how I feel I see it, and I could be wrong, and I don't mean to down their business, but I just want to make sure that people are really genuine for real, that are in that type of field, and not just doing it for a check.
That's you saying you don't trust a stranger, like that line. People who
no,
because
but
you'll just trust a friend.
No, because therapists do that for a living.
Right.
So you don't trust the line at all.
I don't know. It's
I'm just saying, for people who have nobody to talk to, you don't think that's beneficial?
I never tried it, so I wouldn't
It's
know.
for real.
Yeah, I have to.
It's a for real thing. It's put out there a lot. It is not a joke. We have an ABC from the military. It's a thing.
Okay.
Just call it one day. It's a thing. They're on 24 hour.
Okay, yeah, I respect it.
It's
I
real.
respect it. I just want to make sure that the times that we living in right now, that people are not taking advantage of people and just doing it for money.
Friends can do that. They can just be a listening ear and go tell your business to somebody else.
Friends not really friends no more. Friends not really friends no more. You know that. So
We should talk about that later.
we are. We got the part two. We got the part two at 10 o'clock.
Real good.
But
They said for people that don't like to vent.
okay, yep. For those who don't like to vent to people, I would recommend that you journal it, or journal it, or find a quiet space to vent to yourself.
But sometimes a quiet space is
Well,
the
dang,
worst
like,
thing for them.
yeah.
That's the only person you see, like, okay, whatever. You can also call Appalachia Dad 24-hour crisis line. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm all for people getting help.
But then I know, like, certain things like that, people know if they do call, you know, things like that, they gonna Baker Act them people, and certain people don't want that.
And so that's kind of like the backup to what I was trying to say. Do people really genuinely care for real? Like, cause I know if I go get one of the type of jobs, and I'm sitting on the hotline, and you call me like, "Hey, bro, I'm finna clock
I'm not
out."
gonna lie, I would have preferred my brother to have been Baker acted in, you know, somewhere safe where he couldn't hurt himself. Then,
But how safe is it though? Because I also seen where people will bite their tongue to kill themselves, and that's just pain and torture.
I don't know, maybe, like I said, I don't know, maybe he was just having a rough day or a rough week,
No,
and
for
then
sure.
just being somewhere else
Yeah.
could have just prevented it from happening.
Most
But I
definitely.
try not to think like that because then you just wondering what if.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here, from one legend to a deceased legend. I'm sorry that happened to Sarge. You know what I'm saying? That was a real one. Like, if you know, you know. Real Tallahassee history, man. Sarge put on for real. Man, if he was still if he was still alive, boy, a lot of DJs would be in trouble for real. Like, boy, he'll be a problem. So, you know, I just want to say I'm sorry that y'all took that loss. You know, we all in the city as a whole, we took an L right then, you know. And, you know, I wish that whatever he was feeling, he could have reached out and really tapped in with whoever, you know, to change his mind, even if it was just a little bit, you know, just a little light at the end of the tunnel. But his legacy will forever live on, and rest in peace to his baby girl, right?
Yeah, she died 4 years later.
Yeah, so you know it's that's a crazy situation, man. Honestly, I salute you because I don't know how people can really be that strong. You know, they say God give his toughest battles to his best warriors. But it's like, at what point do you stop being a warrior? And I'm not questioning God, but it's like, it feel like there's only so much you can take, but it's always like at the end of the tunnel.
That's true.
It's always like at the end of the tunnel. So, y'all, that was part one. We're gonna wrap this up. Part two is gonna be explicit, so I want to throw that out there. That is a new revampment that I just did for Raw Table Talk. I'm dividing it into 2 parts, so you know, from 9 to 9:45, we professional. We're gonna keep it clean. But from 10 to 10:45, that's when it get a little crazy. So you know, just letting y'all know, for whoever want to tune in, who don't want to tune in, you can pick and choose which shows y'all want to watch. But I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in.